The Journal of Alzheimer's Research and Therapy found you get better memory, you get a decreased risk of cognitive decline, especially in postmenopausal women. And it's all built around this neuroplastic change that happens when cortisol is out of your system. We also know that walking, this was a 2021 meta-analysis, showed that walking 20 minutes a day, again, significantly reduced blood pressure and lowered the risk of hypertension. We have seen studies that show it decreases your heart disease risk. We know it stabilizes your blood sugar, and that it's been really recommended to people with type 2 diabetes. And all it takes is 20 minutes a day. We are not talking about large amounts. Now, I will tell you, if you have a competitive athletic brain like mine, one of the things that I've noticed as I've moved into my postmenopausal years is that the harder I work out, the more I get injured. And I don't want to be injured. I watched my mom have 2 hip replacements. I don't want that. So I love to run. I that has always been I call it my drug of choice. But as I've moved into my postmenopausal years, in order to prevent any destruction to my joints, I have stopped running. And when I first started doing this, I felt really hypercritical of myself. I was like, well, look at you. Like, isn't that fascinating? You're like walking now. And then I realized, you know what? I'm going to call it my forward movement exercise, because it's moving forward that calms the brain, that brings cortisol down, that makes me more insulin sensitive, that will balance my hormones and balance my sex hormones and balance my thyroid hormones. Now, if I do this forward movement in nature, I get the added benefit of nature bringing this down, bringing cortisol down. So I started going to friends and I'm like, hey, instead of us meeting, at ladies' night out, instead of us meeting for a cup of coffee, can we go walk together? Because then I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant, because I'm walking in nature with a friend, lowering cortisol, and I'm increasing oxytocin because I'm now in connection with somebody. If you understand the neurochemical upside of something as simple as walking, you will never look at it as a silly tool again. And you will see that is one of the most perfect exercises for us as we age. Now, I have something I've been training. I'm going to add this to the list of things to talk about on walking, is that I've been really talking to my Reset Academy about weighted vests and how important these weighted vests are. Because when you put it's called rucking, and when you put a weighted vest on you, that extra weight lowers cortisol too. This is why the weighted blanket works. That weighted part on your body calms you down. So now you're with a friend with a vest on, your nervous system is calming, cortisol's coming down, you're getting more insulin sensitive, your hormones are balancing, and you're massively influxing oxytocin into your body and into your friend's body because you're doing it in community. When you start to unpack this, you start to see real clearly how incredible and walking is, and how we can trick out walking. We can do walking from lots of angles. An interesting study I just found on rucking with these weighted vests on, it was a study that was done on postmenopausal women, that they're even showing that added weight forces the bones to be stronger, and you put keeps calcium and phosphorus within the bones. So again, I hope you see that this is the greatest gift you can give yourself. And I really want you to be in love with the aging process. I want you to be in love with the losing weight process. The losing weight does not need to be torture. It can be fun. And the fasting lifestyle gives you a quick access there. And the walking with a vest on, weighted vest with a friend, now we've amplified the fun, and you're getting an incredible result.